We gotta go soon!
My house is just gone, man. And I was in there. I don't know how to put it into words.
One minute, I'm fine, and it's like everything's fine. And then the next minute, it's like, you just want to cry. And you realize all the memories.
Thank you, God, because we made it through.
Good evening. We are so glad you were with us tonight. I'm David Crabtree.
And I'm Deborah Morgan. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here asking you to help the people of Oklahoma, the thousands of people who lost so much last week when that tornado hit. And now they're facing a new threat today.
The Red Cross and the Salvation Army are staffing our phones, our 40 phone bank, to take your donations. They'll be with us tonight until 11:30. The number to call is on your screen, and it will remain there throughout the evening. It is 877-753-8326. It is toll free. 877-753-8326. You can also donate online through WRAL.com. And the need is great. It is enormous. Damage estimates tonight are in the billions.
I hear the phone starting to ring, so thank you very much. Tonight we're doing something a little different. In just a few minutes, we will air Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical Oklahoma, performed by the University of North Carolina School of the Arts and produced by UNC TV. It will air commercial-free statewide on WRAL and UNCX.
We are honoring the storm victims and hoping to help them in their recovery, and they are facing a new threat even as we speak tonight.
Yes, we've been watching these tremendous clouds coming toward the Oklahoma City area once again. Look at these ominous looking clouds, and you can only imagine the fear that people there have, that after just 10 days ago they were going through this EF5 tornado, and now they have the threat of more tornadoes tonight. Two, in fact, touched down.
Two did touch down today. Of course, they were not nearly as strong as the ones that we saw a week ago, 10 days ago, but nonetheless, it has created the trauma and the fear for people, and a reminder, just again, of how much people need your help.
Greg Fischel and Gerald Owens are here now to talk about the threat there today and tonight, guys.
Yeah, that's right. This is why they call this Tornado Alley, Greg. 65 miles northeast of Moore. Still, the people who are still cleaning up after that major tornado have to be asking themselves, what next?
And this season, got off to a late start, but once it's gotten going, now it looks like it's really getting into high gear. And if we take a look at the radar, it doesn't take a meteorologist to see how active the storm pattern is. In fact, tornado watches are in effect all the way from parts of Texas up into Wisconsin tonight, and then those little counties that you see flickering there show you where the individual tornado and severe thunderstorm warnings are located. And then the last thing that we want to show you is the number of severe weather reports in just the last 24 hours. The red triangles there indicating all of the tornado reports. Thankfully, this hasn't been as bad as last week, but it's just salt in the wound.
That's right, and who knows? I mean, who knows what's around the corner next week and beyond?
Exactly. It looks like there is a threat of more severe weather in Oklahoma again tomorrow, the threat of more tornadoes, so it just rolls on and on and on.
And it shows why it's so important, this work of the Red Cross and the Salvation Army, what they're doing to help the victims in Oklahoma. So keep those phones ringing, the number is on the screen. David, Deborah?
Gerald, thank you. Now, our phone bank is open until 11:30 tonight. If you're getting a busy signal, call back, because immediately all of these phones lit up. Your contributions go directly to the Salvation Army and to the American Red Cross.
Incredible. Every phone is busy right now. We want to thank our viewers for watching on WRAL and across the state on UNCX. Now, our special presentation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical Oklahoma, performed by the UNC School of the Arts.
We'll be here all night sharing stories and keeping you updated on the donations. Until then, enjoy this presentation.
Good evening, I'm Gerald Owens along with Deborah Morgan. We thank you for watching our special presentation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical Oklahoma, as performed by the UNC School of the Arts.
We are raising money tonight for the tornado victims in Oklahoma, doing what we can to help their long recovery. So please get our volunteers busy. Pick up the phone right now. Here's our number to call, 877-753-8326. Our volunteers from the Red Cross and Salvation Army are here taking your calls tonight. Again, all of the money goes to the victims in Oklahoma.
And the amount of work that needs to be done on the ground in Oklahoma is absolutely unbelievable. Take a look at the destruction. Entire neighborhoods were flattened by this tornado. And we know what it's like to rebuild after a storm. We had deadly tornadoes here in April of 2011. It's a daunting task. That's why we're asking you to make a donation to help these victims.
Yeah, this is really our chance to go ahead and give back now. And amidst all that heartache there in Oklahoma, moments of relief. Families reunited and the raw emotion of a mom who had just found her son.
Oh, these people are gonna make me cry.
Oh, you can just understand that relief that she's feeling, such emotion. A local newspaper caught the moment that Trenda Purcell found her son Camden. He was inside Briarwood Elementary School in Moore, Oklahoma. Camden is one tough first grader.
Oh, he is. And I tell you, the scope of the damage can best be seen from the air. Mike Mays is joining us now with a look at the damage from the sky. Mike?
Well, Gerald, you showed some of the damage on the ground, but you get a better idea of how widespread the damage when you take a look at the aerial views. We have some video we wanted to share with you. The folks there over in Oklahoma had their helicopters in the air. Now, eyewitnesses described the tornado as a giant black wall of destruction. It was an EF5 tornado with estimated winds of 210 miles per hour, obliterating entire neighborhoods. You can see from the path that there was sincere destruction there. It moved over to elementary schools, shopping centers, neighborhoods, affecting 33,000 people, estimated over 12,000 homes damaged or destroyed. Quick look at a map we wanted to share with you. The green line is the tornado that occurred last week compared to the one that happened in 1999. That was an F5 tornado. So they have seen F5 tornadoes before, and it's a bad scene, and they're under the gun again tonight. Gerald, Deborah?
Okay, Mike, thank you.
Our local businesses are also joining our effort here tonight. Tom Looney, the Vice President and General Manager of Lenovo, North Carolina, is joining us. Thank you very much for being here and part of this effort.
Well, it's great to be here, Deborah, and I want to thank you for putting on the telethon. This gives everyone in the community a great opportunity to participate in the relief effort. On behalf of Lenovo, we have participated in numerous disaster relief efforts around the globe, and when you saw the devastation in Oklahoma and the impact on families and children, we really felt we had to make a special effort. So on behalf of the 2,500 employees we have here around the United States, many of which are in North Carolina,
yes, right,
we are making a donation of $25,000 toward the relief effort.
All right.
That's fantastic.
Tom, thank you very much, and thank you to all the employees at Lenovo, and we really appreciate your corporate partnership on this.
Yeah, and Gerald, as we talked, I want to challenge all other IT companies here in RTP to contribute $10 per employee. And all the Lenovo employees, if you do the math on this, this was $10,000 per employee. Let's double this number and get on those phones.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, $10 per employee. You heard the challenge. So volunteers, pick up the phone and give us, or rather, pick up the phone. Call our volunteers there at 1-877-753-8326.
Again, the contributions go right to the Salvation Army American Red Cross.
All right, now back to our special presentation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Oklahoma. We hope you're enjoying it. This is why we're here tonight, raising money to help the thousands of people in Moore, Oklahoma, who lost everything. Hello, I'm Gerald Owens. Thank you for being with us for this special presentation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical Oklahoma, performed by the UNC School of the Arts. It airs commercial-free on WRAL and statewide on UNCEX. Volunteers from the Red Cross and Salvation Army are here in our studios taking your phone calls and donations to help the victims in Oklahoma. The number is on your screen. Please pick up the phone. It's 1-877-753-8326. I want to bring Mike Mays and Elizabeth Gardner in now. And guys, I remember one of the chilling moments of that day was the grim warning that came from meteorologists in the Oklahoma area.
Yeah, we were in the Weather Center that afternoon. We were watching the meteorologists on the internet, the television stations from Oklahoma, and they were telling folks that if they weren't below ground and they took a direct impact from the storm, that they were not going to survive.
Yeah, we've got some video. This is the actual tornado as it was approaching Moore, Oklahoma, and it's amazing to see the pictures. And we see pictures of tornadoes, but this one, of course, impacting an urban area, which is something that we don't see all the time.
And at its largest width, it was 1.3 miles wide, stayed on the ground for 17 miles, top winds 210 miles per hour, a lot of destructive force. In fact, 2 hours away in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 90 miles away, they saw debris falling from the sky.
So those folks definitely need our help. We have a whole bank of volunteers here waiting to take your phone calls. So please do call. And our thoughts, of course, go out to folks right now. They're facing another threat of severe weather tonight tonight and again tomorrow. We'll be right back. Now back to our presentation.
WRAL is here to help tornado victims in Oklahoma.
The devastation took my breath away. When I first got here, all I wanted to do was sit down and cry for these people. What kind of emotions are you feeling as you walk up to your house here?
We're just so happy to be alive.
You know, I started thinking as a mother, this is a neighborhood. This was a community where people came home from work, kids came home from school, and they loved their homes and they loved their neighborhoods. And it's all gone. It'll never be the same again, ever.
That was Jackie Highland. I'm David Crabtree along with Greg Fishel. We thank you for watching this special presentation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical Oklahoma, performed by the UNC School of the Arts. Greg, we've got volunteers here from the Salvation Army, from the Red Cross. They have been busy all night. Since we went on the air at 8 o'clock, 95 minutes ago, we have raised $55,000.
Isn't that amazing?
It is phenomenal. It is just phenomenal. We were talking earlier, you've been here 32 years, I've been here 19. Whenever we've asked people here to help, they do so.
They do, and we were talking earlier today about the fact that state, local, federal government always steps in to help in these type of situations. But that's sort of a mandated thing, that's what governments do. The true sense, I think, of the heart of a country, of a community, is what they do that's not mandated, what they do out of their own heart. And we're a family. I mean, the United States of America is a family, and when one hurts, we all hurt. And that's really what the people in this area are showing tonight, is that we're a family, and we want to help our brethren.
Very well said. We've got a phone bank of 40 people here, again, from the Red Cross, from the Salvation Army. Every penny that you donate tonight goes to these two organizations, and it goes to the people in Moore, Oklahoma, to help them, people who are trying to rebuild. So we ask you to call. We'll be here until 11:30 tonight taking phone calls. And right now, I've got two of the young actors in tonight's production, Gabe Arant and Sydney Shepard. You drove over here from the School of the Arts in Winston-Salem. When you did this production, how long ago was this?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Who would have thought that it would be turned around to use to help people in need? This has to be a wonderful feeling for both of them.
Absolutely.
It really is. It's a fine example of the arts giving back to the community.
Yeah, and quite often, just like tonight in Boston, there's a huge concert. There was another concert last night. People around the country are wanting to help so much. And people in North Carolina statewide are helping in this. When you see all of the energy in here, what do you think?
It's amazing. I mean, it amazes me that so many people have gotten together and are in this newsroom. And there's not one person, I think, right now who's not talking on a phone. Yeah. So it's amazing.
Well, Gabe, Sydney, thank you for making the effort to be here. Good luck to you in your careers. We want to hear from you. The volunteers of the Salvation Army and the Red Cross are taking your calls until 11:30 tonight. The number's on your screen. All right, now back to Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical Oklahoma, performed by the UNC School of the Arts. We know you're enjoying the special presentation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical Oklahoma, performed by the UNC School of the Arts. Tonight's telethon, a tribute to the victims of the tornado in Oklahoma. Elizabeth Gardner's here with me. It is amazing to see the numbers of people who have been calling. It's sort of quiet right now, but while it's quiet, guys, I want you to know, so far you've taken phone calls that have amounted to $62,500. Which is
fantastic.
A testament to the people of our area who want to help, and they're doing it through the Red Cross and the Salvation Army.
I think all of us remember 2 years ago when we had the tornadoes that came through in April, and there's a great deal of sympathy in our community. And so I think everybody here, of course, wants to reach out and help those folks that are just really hurting in Oklahoma right now.
Yeah, and people have responded throughout the evening, Elizabeth, so quickly. They're watching the musical, and then they're calling. The number's on the screen. It's toll-free, 877-753-8326. We saw incredible video coming out of Oklahoma, particularly with the elementary schools there. 2 were damaged or destroyed. One was the Plaza Towns Elementary, where 7 children, 7 precious lives were lost. Take a look. Explain what we're looking at here.
This is the before picture that we're seeing right here, and then we sweep it across and you can see the aftermath. Of course, well, actually, on the left you can see the before picture, and on the right the after picture. And I have to tell you, the Tuesday morning after this happened, as I was sitting there watching 4.5 hours of this in the morning during our morning news, it was all that I could do. I don't mean to be sappy, but it was all I could do not to cry during the morning show, because I have 2 children and they're in school, and just the thoughts that were running through my head. If that had happened here, it was just incredible.
Well, I was watching, I have an 8-year-old granddaughter, and all I could think of is that if that had happened to her, the fear that would have been there. And so we want to help alleviate that, help people any way we can. North Carolina knows all about disasters. We've dealt with our fair share. And with that in mind, here is a message for Governor Pat McCrory.
Hi, I'm Governor Pat McCrory. We in North Carolina have the people of Oklahoma in our hearts as they recover from one of the most devastating tornadoes to touch down in recent American history. Especially with the start of hurricane season just days away, North Carolinians understand that a little help from friends could go a long way in helping rebuild homes and communities. That's why I hope you'll be able to contribute tonight to help our friends in Oklahoma. Now, Oklahoma may be thousands of miles away from where you are tonight, but when deadly weather strikes, we're all neighbors. Please do what you can. Thank you very much.
Sure, you shouldn't use Clyde. So what the tornado did to your home and everything that you have. I mean, what was your reaction?
I feel like I just kind of stood there for a second, and my mom and I were still holding on to each other, and we were just like, oh my gosh, we're alive, but oh my gosh, our house.
If you didn't have that room,
we wouldn't be here today.
Student Anna Hunt and her mother talking with Jackie Highland in Moore, Oklahoma last week. They survived by hiding in a closet like so many have ever lost their home. I'm here with Greg Fishel on another night where the people of Oklahoma are dealing with tornadoes.
Had over 10 tornado reports in the middle part of the country today. The latest one just outside of Tulsa. We don't have any reports yet of any damage or injuries, but sometimes it takes time for that information to get out. And if you put yourself in the place of these people out there where they went through what they went through last week, anytime you see a flash of lightning or hear a clap of thunder or the wind picks up at all, it's got to be terrorizing.
Yeah, for people here, we know that all too well, and that's why so many people are reaching out tonight to help the American Red Cross and the Salvation Army who want to help the people of Oklahoma. Here is the number to call, 877-753-8326. We'll be here until 11:30 tonight. 40 people here on the phone bank to take your call. Let us hear from you. And now to the final act of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Oklahoma. You've been watching a special presentation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical Oklahoma, performed by the UNC School of the Arts, part of our fundraiser for the tornado victims of Oklahoma. $77,000 raised so far in the past 3 hours from the generosity of people in this area and all across the state of North Carolina. More than 400 students were part of the performance you just watched, and we are grateful to the students, the faculty, staff, and Chancellor John Mocheri for providing the telecast, and to Rodgers and Hammerstein for granting us the rights to broadcast this on WRAL TV and UNCEX. Our volunteers are going to be taking your calls for another 30 minutes. Jackie Highland was in Moore, Oklahoma right after the storm, sharing some incredible stories, and she has this message for you.
When I first got to Moore, Oklahoma, I could not believe my eyes. The devastation there is something like I've never seen before. In some of these neighborhoods, you could do a full 360 turn and there is nothing left trees gone, homes gone, cars gone, neighborhoods completely wiped out. It really, really is upsetting to see. And you see the little remnants of people's lives left along the sidewalk. And you think, wow, there were families living here. There were people that had worked really hard for these homes, and now everything is gone. So these people really, really need your help. Trust me, I've seen it up close and personal for myself. So if you can, make a donation to the American Red Cross, donate to the Salvation Army. Your money will go a long way in helping them on the road to recovery, and it's a long road.
Jackie, thank you. Our phone lines are open until 11:30. You can also donate on WRAL.com. Again, we thank you for your generosity. Right now, here are Deborah Morgan and Gerald Owens with our news at 11.